I figured out how to make the most perfect moist and gooey vegan cookies. These are going to be brown butter cookies using vegan M&M chips and mini chocolate chips. These are literally so perfect and delicious. The center is perfectly gooey despite not using eggs. So I'm sharing my secret recipe with you all and I hope that you can enjoy it as well. So this is the vegan butter that I chose to use. You don't have to use vegan if you don't want to, just make sure that the butter is unsalted. Browning the butter is going to add a rich, nutty, and slightly caramelized flavor to the cookies. It adds depth and complexity to the cookies, making them taste richer and more indulgent. After you brown the butter on the stovetop, you want to place it back in the fridge to solidify. Right before making the recipe, you want to take it out of the fridge and place it on the counter so that it reaches room temp. Make sure to use all of the brown butter that sinks to the bottom. So this recipe calls for 1 cup of unsalted brown butter. But during the process of browning the butter, we lost some, so just make sure to add a little bit more to make up that 1 cup. So in one bowl, you will add your 1 cup of brown butter, 1 cup plus 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 1/3 cup of sugar. Break up any brown sugar clumps with a spatula. Then use the electric mixer on low to mix this all up. Now add 3 tablespoons of unsweetened applesauce, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Once again, mix this all up with the electric mixer on low. Do not overmix. It should look something like this. Now in a separate bowl, we're going to mix our dry ingredients. 2 cups of flour, 3/4 teaspoon of baking soda, sprinkle in some salt, whisk it all up, make sure it's evenly distributed. Now you will add your dry ingredients to your wet ingredients. Using a spatula, you will mix these ingredients together. Once again, do not overdo it. Let me show you how your dough should look. Your consistency of the dough should look something like this. Not super dry and not super wet. Now I'm adding mini semi-sweet vegan chocolate chips. I'm also using Unreal chips, which are dairy-free. These are a great alternative for the M&M classic chips. Add as many or as little as you would like and then fold it into the dough using the spatula. Look at this dough. It is so perfect. Next, I'm going to start off with 1 dough ball just to test it out. I'm placing a parchment paper over my tray and spraying it lightly with baking spray. I did not refrigerate this dough. Before placing it in the oven, you want to top it off with more chocolate chips and M&Ms. Make sure the oven is preheated to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. I baked these for 9 minutes. While that cookie is baking, I scooped out my dough balls. When the cookie comes out of the oven while it is still warm, you can reshape the cookie using a spatula so that it's a perfect circle. So this dough ball came out perfect and there was no need to refrigerate the dough. I also refrigerated a dough ball for 30 minutes just to test it out. This is how it came out. The center was a lot puffier and cakier. If you like your cookies that way, then I recommend you refrigerate the dough for 30 minutes. So there you have it. That is my not so secret recipe for the most perfect moist and gooey vegan cookies. Comment below if you end up trying this recipe. Did it work out for you or did it not? And yeah, I hope that you enjoy. Remember that this recipe does not have to be vegan. You can definitely make substitutions and use other ingredients such as regular unsalted butter or regular M&Ms. The unsweetened applesauce is really the key ingredient to this recipe, so give it a try.